Hey, Celtics Nation! We're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Boston Celtics. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. This way, you'll always stay up to date and never miss out on any exclusive news. Anthony Edwards to the Boston Celtics. That's the shockwave rumor that's shaking the entire NBA world right now. Multiple whispers are pointing toward a 4-year deal, allegedly signed by none other than the Timberwolves superstar with the reigning NBA champions, the Boston Celtics. Now, before we all start ordering Edwards jerseys in green and white, let's take a deep breath and unpack this. Because if this turns out to be even remotely true, it could be one of the most explosive moves in recent league history, right up there with LeBron to Miami, KD to the Warriors, or even Shaq to the Lakers. Edwards is just 23, already an all-star, already a face of the league. So what could this mean if he's decided to leave the team that drafted him and head to Boston, a squad that just lifted the Larry O'Brien Trophy a month ago? Is this the Celtics going all in for a dynasty run? Is it a sign that Edwards is tired of carrying the load in Minnesota? Or is it a complete smokescreen? Let's dive into this rumor with everything we've got, because this could reshape the NBA landscape in ways we haven't seen since the Big Three era. First off, let's address the how. Edwards is technically still under contract, and any movement would have to come through a trade or a sign-and-trade scenario, unless there's a buyout or some shocking front office maneuver. That being said, there's buzz that his agent has been in deep discussions with Boston's front office since early July. According to anonymous sources close to the situation, the talks intensified after the Celtics title parade. Allegedly, Jason Tatum himself reached out to Edwards, praising his game and floating the idea of forming a new age duo that could dominate the next decade. We've seen this before, right? Superstars planting seeds months in advance, just like LeBron did with AD, or how KD and Kyrie schemed up Brooklyn. If this deal was quietly being lined up behind the scenes, it speaks volumes about both the Celtics' ambitions and Edwards' potential dissatisfaction in Minnesota. The Timberwolves had a breakthrough season, sure, but did they maximize Edwards' talents? That's debatable. Maybe he saw a ceiling in Minneapolis and wants to break through it somewhere he can win. And win now. Let's not forget, Boston has been incredibly strategic in how they build. They locked down Tatum and Brown, made smart trades for Jrue Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis, and have an elite coach in Joe Mazzulla. But here's the twist. Jaylen Brown's name has suspiciously come up in trade circles. Despite just signing that massive Supermax extension, some insiders speculate that the Celtics might be considering flipping Brown in a blockbuster deal to bring Edwards in. Think about it. Brown is a star, but Edwards might be a superstar. He's younger, more marketable, with sky-high potential. Could this be a cold business move by Brad Stevens, shipping out Brown while his value is at its peak to bring in a player who might dominate the next 10 years? It's ruthless, it's bold, but Stevens has never been afraid to pull the trigger on moves that seem shocking at first glance. Remember when he traded Marcus Smart? Fans were furious until they weren't. Winning cures everything. And if Stevens thinks and is the final piece to a long-term dynasty, he just might pull the trigger. From Edwards' perspective, a move to Boston could be career-defining. He's got the charisma, the swagger, the talent, and the hunger. We've seen glimpses of that Kobe-like mentality, especially in the playoffs. Imagine that energy on a team that's already built to win. He wouldn't have to carry the weight alone. Tatum would still be there. Holiday could potentially stay. Porzingis would stretch the floor. Edwards could be the slasher, the scorer, the alpha dog in crunch time. And let's not ignore Boston's basketball culture, historic franchise, passionate fan base, primetime TV slots. That's the kind of stage and seems born for. No disrespect to Minnesota, but let's be honest, the national spotlight just doesn't hit the same there. In Boston, every game matters, every play is magnified, every win adds to the legacy. If Edwards is truly chasing greatness, this move could fast-track him into that upper echelon. Not just as an all-star, but as a legend, the kind of player who gets remembered forever, with banners and rings to prove it. Now here's where things get spicy. The NBA world is reacting like wildfire. Twitter sorry, X is melting down. Reporters are scrambling. Fans are split. Some say it's impossible. Others say it's inevitable. And the most suspicious part, no one in Edwards' camp is denying it. That's right, radio silence. Usually, with a rumor this loud, an agent steps in to shut it down. Not this time. And then there's the cryptic Instagram story Edwards posted. Yesterday, a photo of him in a green hoodie with the caption "New Energy." Coincidence? Maybe. But in today's league, players communicate more through social media than press conferences. They drop hints, they play games, and fans eat it up. Edwards has always loved the spotlight. So if this is a troll job, he's executing it perfectly. But if it's real, then this is the first breadcrumb in a trail leading to Boston. And if the rumor becomes reality, it might go down as the biggest free agent-style switch since LeBron took his talents to South Beach. The ripple effects of a move like this would be massive. For Boston, it's a signal of intent. They're not content with just one title. They want more. Multiple rings, a dynasty. Adding Edwards to an already loaded squad could give them one of the most balanced and dangerous lineups we've seen in years. They'd be younger, faster, and even more dynamic offensively. Imagine the pick and rolls with Porzingis, the fast breaks with Tatum and Ant, the lockdown defense with Holiday still patrolling the perimeter. It's scary. On the flip side, Minnesota would be in chaos. Losing their franchise cornerstone would send them into a rebuild or force them to pivot hard and fast. Could they build around Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert? Doubtful. More likely, they'd look to offload both and hit the reset button. That's the brutal side of the NBA. One player leaves, and an entire organization shifts. That's how powerful Anthony Edwards has become. He's not just a player anymore, he's a franchise-altering force. Celtics fans are buzzing right now, and who can blame them? Imagine rolling into TD Garden next season with Anthony Edwards in the starting lineup. That's not just a new chapter, that's a whole new book. The comparisons would start immediately. Is this the new Pierce Garnett Allen? Is this Tatum's Scottie Pippen moment, or maybe even his Shaq and Kobe? The hype would be unreal. But with hype comes pressure. Edwards would be stepping into a city that expects banners, not just playoff runs. Boston fans are loyal, but they're demanding. If Ant doesn't deliver, the honeymoon phase would end fast. And yet, something about this fit just feels right. Edwards' personality, his fire, his style of play, it all seems tailor-made for a franchise like Boston. Whether it's the ghost of Larry Bird or the legacy of Bill Russell, wearing that jersey means something. And if Ant's really ready for that smoke, he might just thrive in it. Or even better, he might rise to a level we haven't seen yet. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. From a business standpoint, the deal makes sense too. Edwards is one of the league's most marketable young stars. He's got charisma, he's hilarious in interviews, and he's insanely popular among the next generation of fans. Pair him with the Celtics brand, that's merchandising gold. Jersey sales would skyrocket. TV ratings would soar. Every Celtics game would be a must-watch. The NBA knows this. Don't be surprised if league officials quietly support this move. Behind closed doors, more star power in big markets means more eyes on the product. And let's be honest, while Minnesota has been fun to watch, it's not exactly appointment television. Edwards in Boston, that's box office. It's also a statement that the new generation is here to take over. LeBron is aging. Steph is slowing down. The league needs a fresh face to carry it forward, and might be that guy. And Boston might be the perfect stage for his ascension. Still, there are questions. How does Edwards' game fit with Boston's system? He's a ball-dominant guard who thrives with the rock in his hands. Can he coexist with Tatum, who's used to being the first option? Can Joe Mazzulla balance the alpha scorers without letting egos clash? That's the real coaching challenge. But if anyone can make it work, it's Mazzulla. Asterisk, that's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.